Hello, my name is Ali, and welcome to my channel. We are back with Hakuoki Kyoto wins Todo's route. Let's go.
Yes. He told me to throw it away and entrusted it to me to do as he told. But it's just a drawing, right? Why am I being captured over a drawing? Imagine what were to happen if a drawing of the Shinsengumi as demons were to get around town. Surely it is not lost on you that our reputation stands to lose a lot because of this drawing, no? Well, yes, you do have a point.
Glad that's sorted out. We're confiscating this. That's all right with you, isn't it?
Sanon's rhetorical question left Soma no room to negotiate, leaving him to sigh in defeat.
Fine. Do what you will. This means I'm free to go, right? I'm of no further use to you.
His face looked haggard, exhausted from stress. Kondo stepped forward slowly and nodded.
You're Soma, right? My name is Isami Kondo, the chief of the Shinsengumi, under the supervision of the Aizu domain. First and foremost, I want to apologize for our inhospitable treatment. Please forgive us for this.
Kondo exerted his extreme courteousness by bowing deeply and sincerely. Soma was caught off guard by his act of kindness, his eyes growing wide. Instantly, he became flustered.
Please, let me see your face. You're the chief of the Shinsengumi, right? Sir, there is no need for you to bow before a lowly person like me.
I don't blame Soma for being so surprised. The samurai way of life dictates that honor and hierarchy are more important than life itself. Supposedly, the punishment for dishonoring yourself can be dishonoring your entire family, even for one poor display of manners.
Well, because I am the chief, I think I should be the first to admit when wrongdoing is committed. The tide of how the world views the samurai may change, but it is our duty to uphold our code.
Although we strive to do what it takes to be a samurai, we gain nothing from using the same methods as the most corrupt samurai. Soma was dumbfounded. He didn't speak or move. It was as if he'd never been shown a similar kindness in his entire life. Kondo glanced kindly at Soma, his eyes trying to communicate a sense of safety. I was going to say satisfy. What the heck?
So, the man who gave you this drawing, Ibuki, how is he? Is he well? Oh, yes, sir. Very much so. Oh? I'm glad to hear it. Isn't that right, Toshi?
Humph. I don't remember him. Hijikata didn't care for Kondo's olive branch. However, Hijikata's body language seemed forced, making me feel as if he was secretly relieved that this Ibuki person is doing well. The other captains, too, reflected a collective sense of relief, easing the tension from earlier. Was this Ibuki a friend of the Shinsengumi? It's strange to think about how large they are, and how many friends they've met and lost in time. It was obvious that Kondo deserved his place as chief, though, for his warm demeanor.
If I may, I shall take my leave soon. However, I would like to apologize for the indecency and lack of propriety shown to your men today.
Soma seemed like a completely different person to the man we met earlier, and he bowed deeply. Is it just me, or is he the guy that comes later on, where you're helping train? I think it is. Maybe? I don't know.
I wish you all well.
Heisuke, Nagakura, and Harada escorted him to the gate. I think they wanted to see him off.
Hey, sorry for dragging you all the way here. Well, if you had listened to me in the beginning, you would have known that I was innocent. There was no need to take my drawing from me.
Don't be like that. If the contents of that drawing got out, it would have been even worse for you. Consider it a favor.
Perhaps you have a point, but still.
Well, at least we got word of Ryo no Suki's
whereabouts, so why don't we call it case closed? Let's look it up. Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke Ibiki. The artist of Soma's drumming. Nice. Okay. That's a lot of information, don't you think?
Sure, Soma, was it? Seeing as we can put the past behind us now, why don't you swing by the base and hang out with us when you get the chance? Hang out with you? I think if I get involved with the Shinsengumi, there would be a bevy, I guess that's the word, of possible repercussions for me.
Oh yeah, you're working for the domain, huh? I guess if word gets out that you're hanging with us, you could get in trouble.
Well, our domain is... Well, would you look at the time? I think I have to grab dinner stuff. Sano, Heisuke, let's roll.
Sure thing. Anyways, later, Soma. Let's hang out again.
Oh, sure.
The three of them hurried off to shop for their dinner ingredients, once again leaving me behind. Soma looked at me shyly, and we both smiled faintly before finding the courage to speak.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. Are you a warrior of the Shinsengumi as well?
What should I say? We're gonna say no, I'm not. I'm not a warrior, though. It's a long story.
I see. Pardon me, I had no intention of prying. That was none of my business.
Oh, it's fine.
I don't want to overstay my welcome. Please send everyone my regards.
Oh, sure. Goodbye. I bowed politely, and Soma walked towards the gate. Soma was so full of mystery, reminding me just how far I was from home. I turned to head back to the headquarters, alone in the bleak summer night. Let's look this up. Soma. Let's look up Soma. Where is he? Kazu, I'm guessing? Kazue, maybe. Kasama's warrior. He meets the Shinsengumi during a mission in Kyoto in which he was commanded by a feudal lord to survey the city. Interesting. So maybe it's not the guy. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. I don't know. He reminds me of that guy that you're training with, that other dude. What? Like two different guys. I don't know why. It might be him. Maybe I'm not losing my mind. I don't know. July 1864. Chapter 2. I didn't realize it said Chapter 2. I was just looking at the time frame. Interesting. All right. Come on. Bye-bye. Okay. No news of my father came forth the other day, and somber restlessness took hold of me. Originally, it seemed Hijikata granted me approval to accompany the captains on their round through Kyoto to search for my dad. Then he called me in. Excuse me. I saw Okita and Heisuke had been summoned along with me, and I felt a partial sense of relief. It did a little to calm my chattering nerves, and I didn't want to be in a bad spot with Hijikata. You called me? Hijikata seemed to be in a foul mood, so I decided it was best to act with tact in his presence. I was thinking about the search for Kodo, but maybe it's best to put a halt to it for now. What? But why? We just started looking for him. Stopping now would surely cause any of our leads to run dry. His words stunned me. How could he back out on this? Hijikata remained deeply composed. We have reports of activity from the Choshu, and they do not bode well for us. It would be highly dangerous for you to be out and about. I'd heard how the warriors of the Choshu domain associate with the Imperial Nationalist Party. For some reason, they find foreigners repulsive, using brute force to prevent any foreign presence. All of their faith is aligned with the emperor. The Shinsengumi, on the other hand, served the shogun, meaning they are directly opposed. If the Choshu is active, it could mean that my own goal is of little concern to the Shinsengumi. I might become something of a burden to them. So, are you asking me to refrain from joining the rounds until things with the Choshu domain settle? Hijikata nodded and turned towards the two men. That being said, as of right now, she is not to accompany any rounds with any captains. Oh, I get it now. That's why you pulled us in here, right? Heisuke seemed 2 steps behind Hijikata's words, until this very moment where it seemed to click. You know, she never caused any trouble during any round she joined us in. I kind of feel like it shouldn't be a problem if she tagged along.
Yeah, even if something were to happen, as long as she doesn't get involved, it should be fine. I mean, it's not like she can run away from us if things get sticky, right?
I won't run. I knew he wasn't being serious, but I couldn't stand to keep my mouth shut. I made up my mind the minute the men of the Shinsengumi agreed to help me find my father. I made a vow to never run from the Shinsengumi for as long as they helped me find my father. My desire to find my father showed no signs of slowing, even since I first arrived in Kyoto. I will keep my vow. So please, please allow me to continue looking for my father. I bowed to Okita, keeping my eyes locked with his. His smirk, however, shrunk slowly as he gazed towards me, caught in between words to say.
If you stay with us, you're putting yourself at risk. If you want that risk, feel free to join us. I mean, we have witness reports that fit the profile and description of Kyoto.
You may have a point, but are witness reports enough justification to put her in harm's way? What if you're wrong? What if she's exposed? Do none of you understand? You're placing an unnecessary burden on yourselves.
I promise I won't cause any trouble. Please. If I lose the opportunity to search for my father, then the chances of finding him will sink. I lied prostrate before him, and Hijikata simply sighed heavily.
You'd better follow the orders of every captain you join. No ifs, ands, or buts. Am I clear?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. I didn't know how else to show my gratitude, so I bowed deeply again.
I'm leaving it to your discretion over whether or not you're going to join them. That's on you.
All right. I had to make sure this was the best decision. There was something in his demeanor that made me unsure of my desire to leave the compound. Still, if I was with Okita or Heisuke, I'm sure I'd be safe and well protected. On the other hand, my presence could be an undue burden to them. What was I to do? We are going to leave and search for my father. Let's do that. Huh? It feels like there are more people walking around than usual. The streets of Kyoto were packed with people, shuffling into the shops and businesses all over.
Chizuru, mind yourself. Try not to wander off or something. Remember that you're here to keep me company on rounds.
Sorry, I was distracted by all of the people. The city is filled with so much more cheer. I guess I just couldn't help myself. Okita's eyes twinkled, and he smiled voraciously, and I could sense him relax.
Well, the Gaion, I guess that's the word? The Gaion festival's coming up. Things are more lively than usual. I'll give you that. Of course, some of those nationalist Ronin are acting pretty suspicious too. What I'm saying is, watch yourself, alright?
Okay. We walked down Kyoto's largest street alongside the First Division. No one came within a few yards of us. They stepped away the moment their eyes caught the bright blue of the Shinsengumi jackets. I noticed this phenomenon briefly when I first joined the Shinsengumi on their rounds, but it was clear the people of Kyoto feared them. Excuse me. I paused every so often to ask some of the less intimidated passerby if they'd seen my father. I'm looking for someone. He's in his 40s, and he speaks with an Edo accent. He's a doctor, and he's a friendly, bald man. After a few hours of searching, I met someone who claimed to see a man matching my description.
Oh yeah, I think I might have seen that guy a while back. Over at Masu's.
As he spoke, he pointed towards a store selling wood and charcoal. Thank you so much. Okita caught my eye and gave me a stern look. He looked as if he was going to reprimand me when...
You there, are you Ronin? Give us the name of your lord, if indeed you even serve one.
The cry from a Shinsengumi soldier, and Okita turned his lips Wait. The cry came from a Shinsengumi soldier, and Okita turned, his lips tightening into a thick line.
Well, shit. I guess they would choose the worst possible time to stir up trouble, eh?
His hand dropped to his sword as he ran towards the commotion. Townsfolk shrieked and ran like leaves before a gale. Whoa! In a sudden press of fleeing citizens, I found myself pulled away from Okita. For a moment I panicked, but realized that perhaps it was best. If I stayed close, he would have been forced to keep attention on me. I hoped to avoid distracting him. I'm going to let you guys go here. I hope you are enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!